All right, we're live.
Yes, sir. First time.
First time for everything. We got us a little Woodford, a couple of ice. It's going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a great time.
So, Zach, I've done podcasts a few times. If you've listened to it, I've done the Foul Pursuit podcast. It's no longer in action right now. We kind of gave up on it, but this new podcast, which at the time we don't even have a name for, but by the end of this, we're going to try to come up with a name.
Something will probably come up for sure.
Something. We really don't even know what we're going to do.
No, we just kind of had a wild hair. We've talked about it for probably 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
And when I pulled up in the yard walking, I was like, "Hey, you ready to do that podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So here we are.
Yeah, we got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. We do know that the podcast is probably going to be men related. Just teaching young men, or trying to teach men. Not necessarily teaching, but
Just showing like some lessons that we've already done.
just some lessons. And we plan to have some guests on to come on and show. We are, as you can see, alcohol friendly. If you're just listening to this, we're going to pour our celebratory drink. Try not to go through this whole bottle today, which would not be a good thing. But drinking in moderation, I believe, is okay. Not drinking till you get sloppy drunk. I've never been a sloppy drunk. I never really liked. Daggone people. That's
Over halfway.
That's sloppy drunk, but cheers, brother. Well,
Hopefully this keeps going. We'll see.
And that's kind of the thing. If you have an idea, you need to start somewhere. No matter what the idea is, starting's half the battle. If you would have, we didn't record this, but it took us 30 minutes to even set up these microphones because, well, when I done podcast, it was over Zoom, so all I had to do was click a button, it recorded. I just had to hook up one microphone. So much easier than hooking up two. It was a cluster, to say the least. But anyway, so how's your week going, brother?
Well, it's going. Work. This rain's ridiculous. We've had rain every day, and I believe it's going to rain every day for the rest of the week.
Probably is.
Which is a good thing, I guess. We needed it, but it's like when we need it, it comes, and it comes in a hurry, and it doesn't stop.
Yeah, and when we don't need it,
it's like a desert out here.
Yeah, it gets really dry. Usually, about mid-August, it'll be just dry, and it'll be dry until December. So we are lucky enough to get the rain because we really didn't, because we actually just planted a dove field not too long ago. So we do need the rain for that. I'm grateful for that because when we planted it was dry for like 3 weeks. So we didn't really get the growth we wanted, but now it's coming up, sprouting up.
It looks like a hay field.
Yeah, it really does.
That's one thing I'm looking forward to. Obviously, I always look forward to hunting season. We're 40 days out from dove season. That's always a fun time. All of us buddies that's been buddies for years, we get together and go out and get to enjoy the outdoors. Not only is it just hunting, we just get to cut up and have some camaraderie and all that. So that makes for good times.
Hunting's a big deal in our lives. Different strokes for different folks, but for us, hunting is favorite pastime. Especially in the winter months, we actually live for the winter. Summer's kind of dreadful. We do have fishing, but we
would much rather be hunting.
Yeah, much
for sure.
Much rather. Then there's so many lessons that you can learn from hunting that I don't think I would have learned any other way.
It's kind of what I was sitting back the other day and I was thinking, I was like, the definition of like what people say are hunters now is nowhere near the definition of what I consider a hunter, especially nowadays. You know, like we go out and if we kill stuff, we kill stuff. You know, that's great. That's fun. But basically, that's more or less we're going out there and having fun. We're talking. We're learning lessons. We're talking about our life. You know, we're talking about things that's happened in the week. We're talking about things that we want to do in the future. It's always something. You know, that means more to me than the hunt itself. And you hear a lot of people say that, but until you actually go out there and do that, you know, it's totally different.
Oh yeah, for sure. To me, you know, hunting's kind of a release. When I'm hunting, I don't think about nothing else but the hunt. Like, and it's very, me personally, I'm kind of an overthinker on anything, on everything anyway. But for me, it's a stress reliever. Very, you know, you just gotta, I don't know.
Relax, really. I mean, you got, you know, it kind of like decompresses you.
Yeah.
In a sense. And you know, you got a lot of people nowadays, and this might hurt some people's feelings, and I really don't care. These hunters nowadays, they want to get out there and they want to have the best of the best, and that's great, you know.
Squatted truck mafia, gang, baby.
If you can have that kind of stuff, you know, hey, cool. That's nothing against you, but you know, we duck hunt. That's one of our biggest things, and it's getting to the point now where people's getting shot. They're running people over. They're blowing people's tires out at the boat ramps and stuff, and that's not a hunter at all. You know, we have hunted with people, and I'm not going to say his name, but we met a guy a couple of years back, and we were having a rough time at the ramp because of Matt.
Not because of me.
Keyword Matt over here. You know,
everybody cannot be perfect.
We was having a rough morning, and he pulls up and he's like, "Hey, you know, y'all hunting?" We're like, "Yeah, well, we was going to, but we've kind of misplaced some of our
Forgot
stuff."
something. It was early morning, you know, late night, back in my wilder days. But it was. I don't even remember what I did the night before, but it's probably rough.
Matt misplaced some key necessities. I'll put it that way. And anyways, this guy took us hunting with him in a blind, and he actually has a book, and he put us in his book, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
we became really good
now. We
became big friends with him. Social media and everything else. We've hunted with him a couple times since then, and it's about the people that you meet, the stories you can tell. We could sit here for hours and tell stories.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing, especially in today's generation, especially with the social media, everybody tries to be a rock star when they go hunting. Everybody wants to post the pictures, and we are not clear of that by no means, because a few years ago, well, several years ago now, we used to own a clothing brand that was centralized around hunting. So we was all for Instagram, posting pictures. And to be honest with you, it kind of makes you lose track of what you're really out there to do. If you're just worried about posting the pictures, getting the likes, saying, "Oh, I'm better than you, I can kill more ducks than you," you're missing out on so many different aspects of the chase, the pursuit. To me, the most special thing, yes, killing ducks is fun, and it makes everything much better, but you got to look at, as far as killing a bunch of them, killing limits, it's really just the cherry on top of the cake of so many different things that goes into it. Because, you know, duck hunting is a lot like a cake. It's got layers. You know, killing them, cherry on the top. What the base is, you know, that's the friends, that's the camaraderie, that's all the work that you've put in. And, you know, you're going to have those bad days when stuff does not go right, boat motors won't start, flat tires, truck problems, whatever it is. And to be honest, that's probably some of the funnest hunts we've ever been on, is when stuff funnest hunt we've probably been on. We locked the motor up and had to push the boat. Luckily, we was in shallow enough water. We pushed the boat probably a half a mile to get it back to the boat ramp. But if you're worried, in ice, in like 3-4 inches thick ice, if you worry about killing limits, and that's all that you're worried about, you're missing out on so much stuff because you get mad that you're not, and you get pout ass, that you're not doing that. Quit putting other people's opinions above the chase. Would be probably my biggest message to the younger hunters out there is people are so worried, especially in today's generation, they're so worried about what everybody thinks of them. So worried, I want to be top dog, I want to try to look like I have a bunch of stuff, look like I kill limits, look like I'm an absolute killer. But when you do that, you miss out on all the other stuff that really in 50 years from now, when you can't do it no more, when you're too old, when you can't get out like you used to, that's the stuff you're never going to remember. We shot 5-man limit of mallards on this particular day at this particular time. You're going to remember the time that stuff didn't go right, somebody fell in the water.
You met somebody new.
Yeah, you met somebody new. You're going to remember that stuff. So, and I'm not saying it's wrong to post pictures on Instagram. Everybody likes to brag a little bit because it's a little self-pride, but don't make it all about that. And we kill, and people say that post the pictures and kill the limits. It's like, people that only say that's the people that doesn't kill ducks. We've killed plenty of ducks. We've hunted in several different states. That's not the point. Because it's like, imagine this. If you're just looking, if your vision is kind of narrowed and you're just focused on one point, you're going to miss everything beside you and around you. If you open up and just take it all in, it's going to be so much more enjoyable.
That's kind of what I was saying. Bringing it back to the definition of a hunter. Today's world's definition of a hunter is nowhere near what it should be. Like Matt was saying, it's transitioned into this, fame thing, I guess you can say.
Who can get a pro staff?
Yeah, like who can, who's bigger or whatever, and that's not the right way. We've hunted with so many people that are just strangers. Walk up on us, we'll be in a hole, and they'll walk up on us and be like, "Oh, hey, I didn't see y'all there." I'm like, "Well, hey, don't make no sense in you walking all the way back. Come on over here."
Yeah.
And you don't get that a lot no more. You get more or less. You'll get the finger and you'll get a few harsh words, and they'll tell you to kick rocks, and if you don't leave, that it's going to get crazy and this, that, and the other, and that's wrong. I enjoy hunting with somebody that I don't even know more than I do killing all the ducks. I would much rather hunt with 4 strangers and kill 2 ducks than hunt with me, myself, and my buddies and kill a bunch. That's just how I am. Like Matt said, killing ducks is fun. Killing ducks is great. I love it. It's part of the game, but in the end, it's more or less you want to meet people. You want to make friends. You don't want to make enemies. If everybody did that from here to everywhere else that hunts, the hunting industry would be a lot better off.
And another thing is, back to the story about how we met that older guy at the boat ramp, is if you invite people in, for one, if you just got 2 or 3 of your buddies and you're in a hole, and it sucks. We've all been there, especially when you're hunting public land and somebody pulls up on you, you're just like, crap, there goes our hunt. We got the perfect hole, but 9 times out of 10, them people over there is going to run it for you, or vice versa, you're going to run it for them. Somebody's going to be mad at somebody. And if they got a small group, invite them in. Let them y'all just hunt together because, for one, it's more area that you can hunt because you don't have to worry about somebody right across from you blowing them, blowing at them, shooting at them when it's not supposed to be. And another thing is you can learn so much. It's crazy.
Sure.
I mean, because the way I look at it, if you hunt with the same people especially like our group, we all started hunting at the exact same time.
First generation hunters.
We didn't grow up duck hunting. There's so much stuff that we didn't know, and we was ignorant as well. Back in the day, we was very ignorant.
Oh boy,
we got loads of stories about that, but you learn so much, and that's the thing. Like, you got to be open to invite people in because you never know, for one, who you're going to meet, two, what you're going to learn, and three, the memories that's going to happen because of that. And some of our best memories is hunting with complete strangers. We didn't know them from Adam. They just walked up on us, and we was like, "Yeah, bud, you can hunt with us," or and like he was saying that the old gentleman at the boat ramp, that was probably one of the most memorable hunts because actually one of our buddies went swimming that day. So that wouldn't have happened if we wouldn't have agreed to that guy hunting. And really, at the end of the day, he really saved our hunt, and we actually killed quite a bit of ducks that day. So,
and in return, which is kind of where I thought that was going, we hunted with him that morning. We drove 45 minutes to go hunt. Got there, we didn't have everything we needed, this, that, and the other, and so he took us in and we hunted with him, and it made a heck of a hunt. And not only that, but in hindsight, in return, what was it, a year later, the next year, or maybe 2 years later, he reached out to us and was like, "Hey, it was opening morning." He said, "We don't have, I don't have anywhere that I'm going to be going in the morning. Do y'all have room?" Of course, come on.
Let's shoot, yeah.
And, opening morning here is kind of like anywhere else. Opening morning, you got to go camp out at the boat ramp, get ready to go, this, that, and the other. And this gentleman, I'm surprised that he came and camped out with us in our trucks, but he did.
Boy, he was a trooper.
And he stuck it out, and
he's like 75.
Yeah,
he's in his 70s, every bit of it.
He camped out. He slept in my truck with me and another guy, and it was a great time. We had a great, more memories made, but we returned the favor to him. Just like, he reached out to us when we didn't have no options, and he reached out to us, and, our little group's open to anybody, anytime. We're not one of them that's going to push anybody out. One of our buddies actually got a scholarship for taking somebody that had never been. We took him with us. One was back in 2000.
It's probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, he had a guy that went to school with him, never been hunting, always wanted to go. And just out of the kindness of one of our buddies' hearts, he's like, "Yeah, come on, man. You can go with us." And he ended up going with us, not knowing that, he was going to get a scholarship, for it. But he did. He ended up getting a scholarship to Montevallo and that was one of the stepping stones that, helped him get there.
Yeah, that kid, it was a good hunt. I really do feel at the time the kid did not know what he was doing. He doesn't really hunt with us. He never really hunted with us again.
That was the only time.
But it's still the principles there. Like, you never know what you're going to get out of taking somebody, inviting somebody new. Now, the circumstances with this guy, he, bless his heart, he wasn't really prepared. It was one of the coldest days that year, and
nobody
knew.
In his defense, nobody really told him what he was getting into.
And we really didn't know. It was a freak cold front that came in that morning, and it was freaking cold. I mean, there's ice. He shows up in like just rubber boots, like grain boots,
Walmart rubber boots,
and man, I felt so sorry for him. But still, it wasn't his fault because he really didn't know. So lesson learned there. If you do take somebody new, at least prepare him. You don't want him to be miserable because that's probably why he never really returned, because he probably had a bad time, just because of the fact that he wasn't warm. Nobody has a good time when they don't stay warm, ever. Like
It don't matter
as
how
soon
long
as
you've
I
been doing
get
it.
some winky waders, I'm out. Like, I love it, but I'm ready to go to the truck. I'm ready to go home. Now, I will stick it out most of the time, but it just sucks.
He'll be complaining the whole time.
Yeah, very complaining. It's just just don't be afraid to take somebody new. Don't be afraid to invite somebody in.
And don't be a bunch of jerks.
Yeah, don't be a bunch of jerks. Don't, because from experience, we used to be a fighting bunch. We're as guilty as anybody. We've cussed people out.
And it didn't get us anywhere.
Yeah. Luckily we didn't have any fights. We never got into a fight at the boat ramp.
That's because people were scared to get near us because we was in a John boat with 2x4s.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point.
We just straight kill us. Good.
That's beside the point. Yeah, that goes back to first generation hunters. We had absolutely no idea.
We started from the bottom.
We've been in that guy's shoes was just talking about. We went into where we go Academy and bought game winners with the cheapest waders you could buy. Went out there. First year we had ever been hunting. We had a 1436 John boat. We didn't even have a motor.
4 people in this boat too.
4 people, all our gear.
Trolling motor.
Yeah. Hand steer trolling motor, no big motor. 2x4 blind, setting up in the middle of everybody. We made everybody mad, but we just at that point we didn't know. So we've been guilty.
We sent it before send it was a catchphrase. Yeah, we the OGs.
we were definitely the talk of the river.
Yeah, and we showed up late the first morning. We got stopped by the game warden putting in. It was probably because we forgot life jackets.
So we had to go back.
We went back to Academy.
And they didn't open until 9.
And I think it was 8. But anyway, we got there way after daylight. And the game warden comes up. He said, "Y'all hunting?" We was like, "Yeah." We was like, "Well," he looked at our rig. Looked, "Y'all got live jackets?" We said, "Oh yeah." We said, "That's the reason why we're late." We went and bought the life jackets and stuff. We're all legal.
You already knew we was going to probably need them.
We pulled out in the middle of 4 different groups, and we was shooting cougs. We didn't. This is a funny story. So I shot 2 birds that day. I shot a coot. Did not know what it was. I thought it was a duck. I didn't think we could kill them. I didn't think we could shoot those.
He was trying to mud stomp it.
I mud stomped it. Next one I shot a gadwall. First actual duck I shot was a gadwall. But I will say I was the first one out of a group to kill a duck. So, but yeah, we absolutely murdered coots like the next 3 or 4 times we went because we figured out we could shoot them, but we didn't know that they was absolute trash birds and nobody went for them. So that's why they were so easy to shoot.
We would jump them. We'd get them on one side of the little peninsula, shoot them, and they'd jump to the other side. We'd run over there, shoot them. Yeah, we had a boat.
Not while the motor was running though.
No, we were on land. Then we pull up at the gas station, and one of our buddies that actually did duck hunt through school, he's like, "Y'all go hunting?" We're like, "Yeah."
Boy, we was proud. We was sticking out tall. We standing tall with our chest out.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, "What'd y'all get?" And we opened the lid of the cooler and said, "Right there." He said, "Yeah, y'all might want to get rid of those." We didn't know nothing about them.
We was gonna go home and eat them. Yeah. Luckily, he was a nicer guy and was like, "Yeah, you don't want to eat. You don't even want to cook those. They'll stink your whole house up."
Yeah, so we ended up not doing that, which was fun.
And now here we are with pretty much some of the best equipment you can get, best duck dogs you can have, and we absolutely love it. We do it nonstop during the winter. But it didn't happen overnight. This was over 10 years of hunting.
And that's why we say, help somebody that you don't, because we didn't have it. We had a few people, like some of the stories we just said, but for the most part, we was winging it.
Yeah.
And we was getting made fun of. People was posting pictures on our little group Facebook that's for our local places and stuff like that. And that was fine and dandy. It didn't hurt our feelings. We didn't care because we knew going into it we didn't know nothing.
Yeah, we was going in with low expectations.
But we probably would have progressed a lot quicker if we would have had somebody be like us. you know.
That'll help us. Yeah.
But hey, you know, come on. We don't know everything. We're not going to sit here and say we do because we absolutely don't. And if you sit there and say that you know everything, you're full of it.
Nah.
And that goes back to take somebody with you, even if they've been hunting longer than you, even if they've been hunting, you know, not as long as you, they can probably still teach you something that you have no idea about because it changes all the time. The hunt changes all the time. The equipment changes all the time. The technology, everything changes all the time. And sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
That old man that we went hunting with, you wouldn't. The way we hunted versus the way he hunted was totally different. He didn't care about all the equipment. He didn't care about all the. He didn't care about all the mojos and the ripplers and this and that and you know, screaming at them when they're a mile high trying to get them to come down. No, he didn't care about all that, and he wasn't gonna let you sky bust nothing.
Dude,
if it wasn't wings out, wings cupped, feet down in the spread, you could touch him with your gun. You better not shoot because he would lose it. Yeah. But he taught us a lot of stuff that we didn't know.
I think hunting's like an art. It's if you rush it, if you rush art, it's going to come out and be absolutely terrible. But if you take your time, you know, pay attention to your strokes, pay attention to detail, it'll come out a beautiful picture.
And that's not just
anything.
hunting.
Yeah, that's anything you do.
That's anything in life. Don't rush nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Rome wasn't built overnight.
No.
For sure.
You know, we're anything in life is not going to happen overnight.
No. Anything good,
unless you win the lottery.
Yeah.
You know? But still, that's not going to happen overnight because you're not just going to be the first time going to buy a ticket and win.
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen.
You might be. If you are,
are
lucky, count your blessings. You're the luckiest guy in the world.
Yeah, if you are, hit me up. We're going to go to the casino.
Yeah, we're going to go to the casino. We have some pretty good casino stories, too. So one time, we took a buddy out on his, was it his 21st birthday?
21st birthday.
Yeah,
called into work.
Told him we was in. Well,
actually, we didn't call him. We just called and told him we ain't coming.
At the time, so me and Zach used to be in the car business together, and we was two of the top producing salesmen. So we kind of
know what we wanted.
Yeah, we kind of know what we want. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't, throw your weight around like that. But we call and we say, hey, we're taking our buddy fishing. And we're taking
we
off.
swapped our off days, so it wasn't
it wasn't technically calling in
until it gets further in the story.
But so we went down to Biloxi, Mississippi, and we went in, and I don't think it was his 21st birthday because he couldn't gamble yet. It might have been his 20th birthday. But anyway, long story short, me and Zach. We get there. It's a 6.5 hour drive. We get there at like freaking 12 o'clock because this is a spur of the moment idea. We left like after work.
That happens a lot.
And we go in and we was like, we're gonna take our buddy deep sea fishing because for one, none of us has never been. So we was like, oh yeah, this would be a great birthday present. And we covered it, of course. But we went in. I was like, well, let's see how our trip's going to go.
And it did not.
We put what I think we both threw like 100 on black just one time. Just come on one time.
Yeah, because Garrett couldn't go.
Yeah, he couldn't.
So we went.
Yeah, he stayed in the room.
He stayed in the room, and we was like, we're gonna go over real quick and come back. Roulette's our game, which we love that.
And blackjack, but. So we threw 100. I can't remember if we threw 100 on red or 100 on black. Whatever it was, it didn't hit. No. So we left. I think I actually threw another 100. Did I throw another 100? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I was mad. Yeah. So we went back. When me, him, and our buddy went down to our little hotel bar, we drank a few drinks.
No, that was the next night.
No.
Was it not?
No. Because we stayed. No, that was the first night. Was it?
I think it was the second night. Because we stayed in a crappier hotel the first night because we changed hotels.
Okay.
The second night. So we went back to the room, slept, went fishing. We thought we was going deep sea fishing, but we didn't know.
Matt
we didn't know.
wrong.
We booked it on an inshore trip. So we went inshore fishing. Caught a bunch of fish, but we was like, dang, that was like fishing, Smith Lake over here.
Yeah.
So I called because
No, we were on our way home.
No,
Yes, we
Yeah,
was.
we were. So
We were already an hour away
So
from
I had
Biloxi.
seniority over because I was, I was there for Garrett. He worked with us too, and so I called our manager. I said, "Hey, man," I said, "our fishing trip really didn't go that as planned." I said, "We're going to take another day off," and I talked to my manager for like 15, 20 minutes, talking
I'm
him
over
into
there
this.
booking. I'm already booking the trip. I didn't even
Zach's
care.
over there. Trips are already booked, and us being salesmen, we do our thing, so we sell our boss to let us take off. Well, anyway, after going back and forth, he's like, "You know what? Y'all just do whatever you're going to do." I was like, "Okay."
We was going to do that anyways. We already had the
weren't
room
coming
and
back,
everything.
so
We was an hour out. We turned around and came back.
Came back, booked another hotel.
Booked a nicer hotel.
Yeah, nicer hotel.
That's when we went down to the bar.
Yeah,
No, because we went back to the casino that night
yeah.
and put something on. I don't remember what we did that
Anyway,
second
it didn't
night.
go. It didn't
work. Of course. Went back to the room. When we got back to the room, Garrett wasn't 21.
Yeah.
He was already at the bar. We walk in, he's got like 4 drinks. I'm like, I don't even know how this is working, but whatever. So we drank like 4 or 5 drinks. Went back to the room, went to bed. Got up the next morning, it was storming. Like horrible. The waves were ridiculous. We called our charter guy, and he's like, "Look, we're going to have to postpone. We're not going to be able to go out for a little while." So we're up already. So we went to Waffle House, ate.
I think it was his 21st birthday. I think so. But he didn't go. Yeah, it was his 21st birthday, but he just didn't go. He wasn't big in gambling.
Either way.
Anyway.
We went to the Waffle House. We ate. And then we called the charter again, and he was like, "No," he said, "we're not going to be able to go out until..." We were supposed to be at like...
We were supposed to be there at like 5:30, daylight. But we didn't
ended up not
go.
going until like lunch.
Yeah, it was like 10. This was a 5-hour charter trip. We went out freaking 20 miles out, I think. But we did have better luck that day. We caught sharks. Personally, I didn't have good luck because I lost
Every fish you got.
2. I didn't lose them. Deckhand lost them. He tried. I'll give him that. He did try, but I did lose. And he was like, "Well, you don't want those fish. They're not good to eat anyway." After the fact, we coming home. I'm Googling, and I'm like, "Dang, that's a trophy fish." I lost 2 trophy fishes in the same day.
The funnest thing about the whole trip the second day was we catch this probably 6 foot long, 5 or 6 foot long black tip shark. After we done caught a little one, and the deckhand pulls him up to the back of the boat, and we're sitting up on the seats, and he turns and looks at us. He's like, "Y'all want to keep this?" I'm not kidding you. No quicker than the word "yes" got out of our mouth, he had done pulled a gun over the side of the boat and shot that shark and had him in the boat.
Yeah.
And it scared me to death because I didn't know what he was going to do. But he did. He shot it and threw it in the boat before I could get yes out of my mouth. I was like, all right, whatever.
The shark really made good shark tacos too. And I'm still kind of anal. I bought this big cooler. It was probably 150 quart. Took it on that trip. Have not seen it since the day we got back.
I don't know where
This has
it's
been
at.
several years ago. And we went and bought it. I went and actually bought it the day we was going down there. And I've never seen that cooler back. Still,
I can
to
tell
this
you
day.
for sure you're not going to say it for sure now
To
because that's
this
been a
day.
while.
I'm still kind of anal about that. But it was really...
Yet again, stories. Just spur of the moment stories, you know.
We also have other casino stories too. We went to Tunica several years ago. Didn't we go down there? Didn't even book a hotel. Went down there to gamble and then come back the same day.
Yeah, we thought we was going to do that.
It was rough.
We've done that more than one time.
Yeah, we always try to hit the casinos up too, and we talk about casinos. We're not addictive gamblers. I do got friends that are highly addicted to gambling, but I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good. I went to Vegas and didn't spend more than $1,000.
Never been to Vegas,
But anytime we go to Arkansas, we actually stop at the
Dog track.
the racetrack. And last time we went we actually did pretty good there, didn't we?
Speaking of Arkansas, the last time we went to Arkansas duck hunting, we're gonna have to get one of our other buddies over here one day and get him on here on a guest, because the way I think he honestly had a heart attack. He probably had racing stripes in his pants and almost killed us all, because we're going through Memphis and this mattress comes off this car.
This is on the way home.
This is on the way home. We decided we was gonna drive home. It's like midnight. We're going through Memphis.
Midnight in Memphis is a bad idea.
Traffic is ridiculous. I don't know where they're going at midnight, but whatever. Anyways, this minivan has a mattress strapped to the top of the vehicle. On the way up there, though, we see a dump truck
Flip
over on is side
on
in the same area,
and right in front of us.
slides through the traffic in Memphis. Okay, on the way home, there is a mattress on top of this van. We're all fighting. We got toothpicks in our eyes, just trying to hold our eyes open to be able to make it home because it's late. So he's driving down through there, and this minivan is 2 cars ahead of us. The mattress flies off, lands in front of us. The car behind the minivan slams on its brakes, runs the mattress over, throws the mattress back up. It almost runs into our vehicle. There's traffic everywhere. I'm telling you, I have never been so scared in my life.
Memphis is terrible. I hate going. That's the worst thing about going to Arkansas is going through Memphis.
And they're always doing something. They're always doing work there, which makes it worse.
This was the first time I seen a prostitute. Not that day. So when this is very off topic.
All things in Memphis. We could have talked about the pyramid. We could have talked about traffic. We could talk anything. Matt's going to bring up a prostitute.
While we're talking about Memphis, this might not be a PG-13 podcast. We don't know. We don't know what we're doing yet. But anyway, so it was right after I graduated high school. I went to work with my dad in Oklahoma, and on the way back from Oklahoma, we had to go through Memphis, and I was driving because we was taking shifts. It was me, my dad, my cousin. We all took shifts. Well, I took the wrong exit. Boy, we wound up
in the sticks,
in the bad part of Memphis, and we stopped at a red light, and there was this prostitute.
Should have just went it. Should have just ran
and
it.
She was like, "Hey, baby, you want some?" I mean, this was like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning too. She's like, "Hey, baby, you want me to show you a good time?" And from where I'm from, that's nothing. I really thought prostitutes was just like part of a movie. Yeah, I didn't know they was really existing.
They don't exist where we're at.
And I was shocked. I was like, what? I was like,
he was not making eye contact.
I was flabbergasted. But long story short, we found
that was Matt's first true love.
First true. I mean, you should have seen her on that sidewalk. My heart was about to bump out much. No, I'm kidding. But we quickly.
Matt jumped out of the car, didn't even put it in park.
Yeah, I don't talk about let's just say it was a long night. We had some technical difficulties, but
technology.
But anyway, let's just say, it was a long night. No, I'm just kidding. We made it home.
What makes it even more funny if you knew Matt's dad? There's no telling what he said.
I think they was asleep. I don't think nobody else seen them but me. But they was definitely prostitutes out there. But hey, baby, whatever you got to do to make a living.
Whatever.
Different strokes for different folks. Maybe that's what we should name the podcast. Different strokes for different folks. No. We have a few ideas to what we're going to name the pod. We don't, and like I said, we really don't even know what this podcast is going to be. It's not going to be a fully hunting podcast.
That's going to be a lot of it, though. We're going to talk a lot about hunting.
It's going to be a good bit. We're avid hunters, but it's not.
It's always going to wrap back around to that, probably.
It's probably going to be just a good time podcast, but with very different lessons along the way. What we've, and different guests. And like I said, I had a podcast called Foul Pursuit. Yes, it's great. It's just I love talking about duck hunting, but at the end of the day, there's only so much you can talk about. Like, after you have 10 or 15 shows, it's kind of repeats itself because the weather doesn't really change that much during the year. Do I miss it? Yes. Do I love waterfowl? Yes. But I do want to pivot into something that can relate to anybody and everybody. Now, it's going to be more focused probably towards hunting because that's who we are. But who knows?
You never know where it's going to go with us. You never know. And we could be talking about who knows what next time. We have no idea.
We have
we didn't even know what we were going to talk about this time.
Yeah, we didn't even know what we were going to do this night. Till like
42 minutes ago?
The podcast is 42 minutes long right now. But
so 42 minutes ago, we figured it out.
Yeah, we just do it.
Wing it.
We don't know. We're going to be on Apple, on Spotify, TikTok. Probably we may make a page for the podcast. Who knows? We don't know. We might put it on YouTube.
And it's gonna. Matt says it's not gonna be just hunting. It's not gonna be just hunting. We're gonna have a lot of different things. We're gonna have people come in. We're gonna have guests, friends of ours, friends of our friends.
We're gonna talk about UFOs.
We're gonna talk about whatever.
It's probably gonna be.
We're probably gonna make people mad because eventually we're probably gonna get into some kind of politics along the way, and it's gonna make people mad.
You don't want me to get into politics,
but it doesn't matter.
My political views ain't what they. If you look at me, my political views are not what I look like. No, I'm not liberal. Just saying. Not going to get into that right now.
Because we're going to go another 45 minutes if we do.
We don't really know the links to this podcast. We can go... Well, I don't know. I guess we want to talk,
That's more or less what it is. And that's what, when we bring in some guests and stuff, there's no telling what's going to happen.
You may get a 3 or 4 hour podcast. Who knows?
And I
think we should do?
What?
So I got 3 mics right now. I could probably get another one, so it'd be 4. We should do like a all-around get-together podcast, like 4 or 5, 6 people.
You talking about with who? Because if you get all of our buddies in one room, the 3 hours won't be enough.
Yeah.
But who knows? It's possible. It's possible.
Very possible.
And we'll probably do videos eventually. Like, Matt doesn't know because we don't know. But I'm going to say. I got, we have our GoPros and stuff like that. So when hunting season does come around, you'll probably have some shorts.
Beat them shot collars.
Videos in there and all that. Including the dogs.
Dogs, you probably hear them. These ain't the best microphones yet because, for one, I bought these like 3 years ago, and they're not the best. They're kind of the way they're set up, they're not a direct microphone. They're kind of a broad microphone, so you probably have heard my dogs walking around back and forth. But just know that those dogs are straight killers, and they're actually highly trained dogs. You can probably hear one of them scratching right now. But, we're doing this in my living room, so get off our back. We don't have a freaking studio.
We do have a cool neon sign,
We do have a cool Ducks Unlimited neon sign behind us. I don't even know if you can see it, because I really don't even know the camera angles, but...
They're just there.
But, hey, they're on us. I think you can see it from mine, maybe, because it's kind of... The way my camera's pointing, it's kind of right behind
the way my bank account's set up.
But my chickens is in my savings, and my savings in my chickens, cuz.
And we do Ducks Unlimited, so you never know.
Yeah, we are Doug. We are. I'm the chairman. Zach's the co-chairman. We do our local Ducks Unlimited chapter, Well, we may have a few guests of Ducks Unlimited on here. We don't know. They probably want to come out. I know when I was doing the just the Ducks hunting podcast, they was wanting to do it, but
we can get them on there.
we can get them on here.
It won't take much.
Yeah, and like if you're an interesting character around the area, we may want to talk to you. We don't. I mean,
He says in around the area. He like y'all know where we don't even they don't even know where we're from.
yeah, we don't even know. Well, if you're a friend of ours,
If you a buddy of a
if you
buddy,
want to make a podcast, boy, hit us up. But
you can't be soft.
can't be soft.
'Cause-
We gonna tell you like it is.
You might get your feelings hurt.
It's going to be a wide variety of things. There's going to be some comedy. There's going to be a bunch of laughs. Probably a little bit of drinking here and there. Like I said, in moderation, it's okay. Jesus did drink wine, and we are both highly Christian.
And if you don't like the way that we are Christian, keep it to yourself.
Don't have to watch us. We don't care. Don't have to listen to us. We don't care.
Or
While we're recording this right now, we have 0 listeners. So guess what? We don't care.
Got to start somewhere.
But
And we'll get into some seriousness, obviously. You know, we're not going to be just,
we might have some conspiracy theorists on here.
oh boy,
Talking about
Bigfoot. UFOs.
Bigfoot. You think Bigfoot's real?
I've seen Bigfoot.
Did you really?
Bigfoot's real.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Are you just saying that?
No,
I think you're saying that.
no.
What did you
Bigfoot's
say?
real.
What did you say?
At the Bankhead National Forest, when I was going through there in the box truck.
Did you say?
Yes, I seen him.
Okay.
He's real. I'm telling
Might have
you.
been a silverback gorilla.
That's
How do you know
possible.
it was Bigfoot?
Well, I didn't stop and ask him. Obviously, I don't know for sure.
Bigfoot.
Okay.
Why do you think it was
Okay, well,
Bigfoot?
where we're from, it's either Bigfoot or supposedly now we have bears. You know.
We do have bears.
Well, it could have been a bear. I don't know. It could have been a big bear.
No, I want to know why you think it was Bigfoot. Why do you think it was actually
Well,
Bigfoot?
it's walking on
Not
two.
a bear.
Well, first off, it's walking on 2 feet.
Bears walk on 2 feet.
They don't run on 2 feet.
Did he have Jack Links in his hand?
He had teriyaki flavor. There you go. So that's the dead giveaway.
You might have seen Bigfoot.
I did. I'm telling you. I'll go down there to the same spot next time and I'm going to open the bag.
Let me hear your Bigfoot call.
I didn't know. I don't have a tree to beat on. I think that's what they do. Don't they beat like a bat against a tree?
I don't know. I heard they beat tall, scrawny men on the tree, but you know.
Well, he make sure he eats plenty of beef jerky.
You're bigging over me. Personally, I don't think Bigfoot's real.
Oh, yeah.
But you seen Bigfoot.
That was all crock crap.
Could have been a bear. Do you believe in aliens?
I don't know. That's that. Yeah. We're gonna get into a whole nother spill of beans.
Come on, let's do it.
I don't really know if I believe that there is something else like
Out there, but not.
But I'm not
aliens.
gonna. I don't think it looks like, you know.
No,
I'm gonna pee out my finger and.
No.
Beep, beep,
I don't,
boop, boop.
I don't
No.
think there are green people out there, but I do believe that there is. I mean, the way I see it, it's kind of different. Like it's hard.
It's hard. What's hard?
Because if there's something out there, it is scary.
I don't believe that.
But
See,
if
I'm
there's
not-
nothing out there, it's even scarier.
No.
If what scientists say that is true, and we actually live in a big universe, if nothing else is out there, that's kind of. I mean, what happened to them? I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it.
I don't know. See, that's how I am. Like, I don't know if I don't. It's kind of hard. Well, it's kind of like you said. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around, unless you've been to space. Which, if you have, you probably didn't.
You know,
see
they're
aliens.
actually making a company. I can't think of the company's name right now, but there's actually a company that you can buy in the future. Not there yet.
that you're gonna go to space.
In the future, they're actually taking regular people, to space tourism.
Okay. Well, the last time they tried that with the Titanic thing, you see what happened.
That was Titanic, though.
But So you gonna sit there and tell me that you can't go?
You give me a daggum ticket, I would be out.
You'll be like the millionaires.
I want to see if the Earth is flat.
You'll be like the millionaires.
I want to see if it's flat or if it's round.
You crazy if you think.
You think the Earth's flat?
No. If the Earth is flat.
I don't think it's flat, but I'm just asking your opinion. Do you think it's flat?
The Earth's not flat.
But see, there's a whole thing you can open up with the Earth being flat or with it not being flat.
If the Earth was flat, they would have discovered the end of it.
What if it's Antarctica? Why can you not go to Antarctica?
Because you're gonna freeze, just like you can't go see the Titanic because you're gonna disintegrate.
You can wear enough clothing to go to Antarctica. There's camps in Antarctica.
Okay, well then them people should have found the end of the world.
But there's only a certain amount of people that can go there, like certain individuals.
Okay.
Why can't a normal person? You can go anywhere else in the world, but you can't go to Antarctica. You can go on a cruise and go around, see Antarctica, but you cannot go onto the continent.
If that's the case, if you're going to be in the sea, don't you think you would have done seen the end?
No, because you can only see like 5 miles. Like when you're looking at you're on the beach and
you're going to sit there and tell me that ship ain't accidentally got too far over where they can see it? See, no,
I'm not saying that the Earth's flat. I think it's round. There's a lot of people out there though that's got very good claims on TikTok that I have seen that really do make you question. Like
they also thought Joe Biden was a good president.
That is very true. Joe Biden was not a good president.
We're gonna open up all these worms. We're gonna open up all these worms. Might as well.
Joe Biden, the day that we're recording this, Joe Biden did drop out of the race yesterday. So
yeah, now we're
he's not a good president.
Look who's going in his spot.
They don't know that yet. Don't know that yet. You can't make accusations.
I'm gonna make that accusation.
They gotta vote. I hope it's not Harris, but they
had this planned the whole time.
They probably did.
That's like saying everybody's saying Joe Biden's a robot.
He might be. Have you seen his pictures from a couple years ago?
Have you seen how he walks?
I mean,
he walks like a robot.
Be a robot. He might be,
Dude, he aged so quick.
Who do you think they got the robot from? Because I'll go ahead and tell you, the most technological advanced company in robotics did not do it.
No, it's the government. They can do what they want, when they want, how they want.
I'm just assuming that Elon Musk did not. He is not I don't think he's a left wing.
Yeah, because he's already supporting Trump.
He actually, did you know he gives $45 million to President Trump every month? And so I was actually watching TikTok, and this was coming out of Trump's mouth. He gives $45 million to Trump every month, and they actually met the other day. He did not say a word about it. He just acted like he didn't do it. He act like he ain't been donating. I think that speaks volumes, but that kind of gets into the whole other opportunity of when you think conservative, you think most people think rednecks, right?
Yeah.
When you think rednecks, you think hatred of electric vehicles, right? But when you think of hate of electric vehicles, probably one of the biggest people that support Trump owns the biggest electric car company.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against Elon Musk. I love the guy. I think they're doing a great job. Now, am I for electric vehicles? I actually had this conversation earlier at the store today.
Oh boy! That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this computer and mics to the Secret Service. Yeah. We're gonna get everybody involved. Yeah, but that'd be a whole episode.
Before we go, because my computer's about to die. But anyway, so I had this conversation earlier because we was talking about. I know a guy that works on school buses for the county. Well, he was talking about how they have electric buses now, and there's been some, talking a little bit of here and there about getting electric school buses in the not this term, but probably
they
like
just got
next,
propane buses.
Next 10 years from now, they might get electric buses. I think my personal, and I may get a lot of hate for this. I don't care. Everybody got their own opinion. This is my opinion. I look back, everybody hates on electric vehicles right now. I think it's I don't think the technology is there just yet. I think it's actually very progressive and for the environment. Because you can't sit there and say, especially being a hunter, you can't sit there and say you don't care about the environment, because you do. Mm-hmm. Because you want to conserve it, and being Ducks Unlimited, you're all for conservation. And I think that's where a fine line. Everybody's like hating on electric vehicles. Now they are cleaner. Now I'm not saying that I freaking hate gas powered vehicles, because I don't. I love, hell, as I can tell you, I've been looking for weeks to get a freaking race car. I mean, weeks.
And it ain't electric.
But I do think 10, 15, 20 years from now, when the technology is there, it is actually going to be more feasible, because it will be cheaper. You don't have to buy fuel. And I think, the way the human history is, you got to make progress somewhere.
Like, 100%.
And everybody, if you go back 100 years from now, because 100 years from now, they just came out with like the Ford Model T. That was the first mass-produced vehicle in the world. And I can't help but think how many old style people was like, oh hell, them damn cars ain't ever gonna take off, boy. I got my horse and buggy.
Oh yeah.
Now guess what? Everybody's
gonna be like that. And when everybody, like, when all of us, maybe not us, probably us. Whenever like we die off, that's all they're gonna know.
Yeah.
That's just like, that's all they know is, that's all we know is gas. That's all we've ever been around, gas. So then they bring something new in. Oh no, we're not going to change. And that's what it really boils down to, is the change. I do agree that it is probably cleaner. Eventually. Right now, I don't think so.
The technology is not there.
The way they charge them, the way that all that stuff you got to go through. In the end, it still is causing pollution, blah, 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 whatever.
Lithium, the mining for the lithium is the biggest problem. You do there's a lot of carbon gas. From my understanding, I'm not a freaking scientist on this. I don't study it, but from my understanding,
I failed math.
The carbon footprint, as they call it, is very high mining of lithium. And that's what they put in those batteries for the lithium battery. And those freaking batteries are huge.